Right, well peeps, the paint job is 90% finished. I've just got some accents to do on the side, but I've done all I can do without removing the window film. Mistakes were made, poor decisions were made. The chassis itself is not finished, and doing these things one-handed is always difficult, so we'll see. I'll get what I can. Right, so in case anybody hasn't twigged, I went. There's been a new RC car that's based on the Bronco R, and there's been a lot of videos on it. RC Kicks have done one, Discipline RC has done one, Tomley RC has done one. There's been a few others as well. I liked the paint job on the Bronco R, and not just that, but it just perfectly matched the tins of paint I had left. I haven't spent a penny on this paint job. Always important that it came for free. Right, now, before I start this, because you're seeing this when I do, one of the mistakes I made was I oversprayed grey on the grill. The grill is not actually masked right now, so I will have to go back in and paint that later. The rear links are not fixed, so we've got four-wheel steering at the minute, which is unintended. These are not the finished wheels, but they're the only 14mm hex wheels I have until I get that sorted. I wanted to get the body done now. I have a plan B. If this looks absolutely pants, I'm going to just flat black the lot and make it a Monster Energy truck, but I'm hoping it'll look good. So let's go. Let's get pulling on this. First impressions, not bad. Now, I use the protective film as a mask, and when you're doing like window rubbers and stuff, it does help. Right, this is messing with me. Right, now, the idea is the Bronco R is 3 different shades of black, grey, red and white. Some of it's shiny, some of it's matte. So I've done what I can. Ugh. Right, I think I've done this before and I may have to go back to that and just yank it all off and see how it looks. That's paint. Don't pull that off, it's paint. Right, so pull that. See, the problem when you do it this way is you're not always 100% sure what's what until you've yanked all the film off and find out what worked, what didn't, what you got right, what you didn't. So, yeah. Oh, here we go, big piece, big piece. Helps if I point the camera the right way, doesn't it? Right, now I chose to go with some of it satin and left some of it satin and some of it gloss. I mean, this is only really a homage to a truck that is an iconic truck, but it doesn't, they never did it. Obviously this can't be identical because it's not the same truck for a start. Right, I'm not sure what's supposed to come off here and what's supposed to stay on. Is that finished? Is that it? Right, now, like this here. Oh no. What is that? Oh, I've had some grey come through the the overspray film has parted. Right, so take off the window masks on the outside. Right, I think I'm going to have to just do this and come back. So just bear with me, I'll pause it. Right, well, like I said, mistakes were made. I'm happy with the finished result. I could have done... Right, now this, I painted white, and then to get the light grey, I backed it with black to shine through the white, and that has worked to an extent. I've got the darker grey by painting on this side, which has worked to an extent. Various aspects of this were painted on the outside. Like I use the overspray film for the window trims, so that gets you a nice satin finish, which has turned out okay. Yeah, I'm a little annoyed that I didn't notice at the time all these little gaps in the overspray film, so I'm gonna have to go at those and sort of remove all these little black pieces. And I managed to put grey on the grille, which is why I haven't took the window masks off the headlights yet, because I'm going to have to shoot that with another coat of satin black. Now, I'll be applying some decals to this, some of the original ones, and some not. I'll have to work out what's going where, because none of these are Raptor R decals, obviously. But, yeah, what do I think? I'm going to tint the windows. I'm glad I left the rear window clear. I really am. The red turned out very red. I mean, that sounds like a ridiculous statement, but there's actually two different reds on there. What you're seeing on this main face is Tamiya red. I only had a tiny little bit of that, so I managed to back it with a different tin of red. Which it was not made for plastic, but it will stick to paint, so that was good enough for that. There is some work to be done on like overhangs and bits like no, the Raptor R doesn't even have any back, so I wasn't sure what to do with this. I may or may not go back and make this piece satin. I think that's something that's easily rectified later. I can just overspray that and leave the roof shiny. Might just sort of go around there and leave the bottom half of that satin. I'm unsure what I'm doing with this, because you don't actually get any decals for that on this Bronco. No. So I'll use some of these and some of the others. I've got some other stuff lying around. I think the Raptor R has a Ford Performance like decal there. I think I have one of those on another sticker sheet that's for just a sponsor sheet. So yeah, there were some runs which are going to annoy me. I didn't get the pattern right, and nobody has. If you were painting it all on the outside, the pattern's actually a fairly simple pattern. But when you've got to remember which part goes where and reverse, it's like... so I'll put some decals on it and cover most of that. I'm happy with that. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I won't be overpainting it. It looks too nice. I've got some dark grey vinyl, which this section and the section here is supposed to be different colours. I'll do something with that. I have some tape, some grey tape that's a slightly lighter than that. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, I have some grey tape, so I'll use some of that to cover some of the mistakes, maybe. But at the moment, it's like it's fairly shiny because it's all paint. There are no decals on this. It's all paint right now, so we'll see. I do need to get the wheels. Yeah, before I go, it's an Emax chassis underneath. Now it's a T-Max 15 chassis plate right now. I'm going to have to make a chassis plate because, as you can see, the wheelbase doesn't quite match up by like 5mm. So I needed to extend it a little bit. So I just need a longer chassis plate and slightly longer ones of these, which I will have to sort out at a later date. I've shortened the arms. Now, how reliable they will be, I don't know. But I mean, I could always get something else for the suspension arms and just make them fit. Right, anyway, so there we go, 10 minutes, thanks for watching. There'll be more of this soon, but just wanted to do the review. So thanks for watching, and goodbye.